Hey everybody. I was just sitting down right now in my living room, and I actually was talking to somebody on Facebook, and they asked me a question. A female asked me a question. She asked me why I'm not relationship type, and I went to kind of an elaborate thought process of how the whole thing works out. So I had a thought process. I've used this analogy before with someone else who I was talking to, and I decided that maybe I should share this analogy with everyone. When people get in relationships, imagine it's as if you're a person in an art gallery. You have all these pieces of art on the wall. You have so many different things to choose from. So much diversity, so many different styles, tastes, classes, all those things surrounded throughout this entire building. This building is the world. And these art pieces that you see on these walls are all different kinds of people that you could possibly get involved with. You getting involved is you going through the process of you buying that piece of art and deciding whether or not to take it home. Now, in the way that I see it, when most people in this world get in relationships, when they approach the piece of art, they get so close up to it that they're only able to see and observe specific little points of the piece of art. Rather than step back away from it and see the entire piece of art as a whole, they're so up close that they only able to pick out the little tiny things. So you're so up close, the only thing you see is, oh, I like that, and I like this. But you're so up close that the only thing you get focused on are little tiny little details that you possibly are attracted to. However, that right there makes people jump up so quickly to say, oh, I like this, this, and that. Let's take this home. Alright, so you spend your time, your energy, putting your time and energy into, going the process buying this piece of art, get all wrapped up, take it back home. You take it back home, you put it up on your wall. Now, naturally, when people put up art in their houses, like the ones you see behind my house, like one right here, when you put it up, you're going to put it up, you're going to step back away from it to see how it looks on your wall in your house. Now, most people, like relationship-wise, they get involved, they go inside a relationship, they get it started, they start doing stuff with it, take it home, put it on the wall, everything like that. But as soon as they step back, after putting this piece of art on their wall, as soon as they step back and see what they have in this relationship, they look at it and go, oh, I didn't know that was there. I didn't know that was there. I don't like that color. I don't like how that is drawn. Oh, shit. Same relationship. You get in a relationship with somebody and you look at it and you step back from the relationship, you look at it like, oh, I didn't know that he or she did this. I didn't know that they were like that. I didn't know they didn't like this. I didn't know they were going to argue about this. I didn't know they were going to be like that. So now you have to think to yourself, oh, fuck. Now I got this damn thing in my house and I don't even like most of the shit that's in it. So now I got to figure out how to get rid of it, or I got to sit there and deal with it, either or. Now, you don't want to have to go through a process of taking it back. So you maybe want to sit there and deal with it. Maybe you want to try to work it out as best you can and try to find a way to like it. Alright, you can do that. Or you can sit there and be like, alright, just leave it. Just, whatever. So every time you walk past in your hallway, you realize, I don't like that thing in my house. Same relationship, you get inside of it, and every morning you wake up just like, why did I get involved with this person? Like, I'm not happy with it. It's not working out. I wasted so much time already with it, so it's just like, why? If people take time to step back away from what they have and actually look at the entire thing in its whole, I promise you, you'll save a lot more time and a lot more energy looking at something in a whole rather than trying to get so close, so personal with it. Take time out to actually get to know somebody before you get in a relationship. Don't just jump in because you guys have great things in common. Don't just jump because you like the little colors or the little style this thing have. Jump back and see the whole thing for what it is. See the person for their entirety. Don't just see him as, oh, he's cute, or say, oh, she's fine, or I say, oh, she likes playing sports, likes dancing, or hey, he likes drawing, or he likes writing, stuff like that. You need to step back to the person, their overall, see their culture, see their likes, see their dislikes, see things that they are like dependable, like, oh, I like this if not. Stuff like that. You can't just get up so up close and just take out little picky things and leave like that. When you're in a relationship with somebody, you can't take little small things that you like with them. You have to take them as a whole, as they are. So before you jump to a relationship with somebody, Make sure you know that person and you like that person as a whole, and not just little tiny little things that they have. Because if so, you're gonna do it for a whole bunch of long time of arguing and bickering about stuff, or just saying a whole bunch of shit that you really don't want to waste your time even saying. So, speaking for the person asking me that question, I have yet to step back away from a piece of art and take it and like it for its whole. So until I find that female where I can step back and away and look at her in a complete whole and say, hey, I know she doesn't like doing this, I know she doesn't like doing that, I know her pet peeves are this, I know things I don't like her are this, but I am willing and I'm able to compensate enough to say, hey, yeah, I don't like that little thing about it, but it's enough for me to live with. Some people, they're not able to do that. Some people are not able to step back with a picture and see flaws in the picture and be like, hey, I'm not enough to deal with that. For example, on this piece of picture, I actually like this piece of art right here. It's two guys on two little characters, open wines. I actually like it a lot. Am I a big fan of the color yellow? No. However, because of the style of it, I'm able to pretty much compensate and get over the fact that it's yellow and live with it, because I do love the red. Same thing. Over here in this piece of art picture, I like this. I'm not really a big fan of frogs, but it's still a creative picture. I like it in its overall. I might not like the color yellow still. I might not be a big fan of frogs, but I'm able to compensate for the whole overall style, the whole style of the picture, and say, hey, I do like this picture. I'm willing enough to take it home and deal with it. Like, it's not going to bug me if I walk past it. I enjoy it. Things like that. You have to find somebody who you can look at and say, hey, there's little tiny things I don't like. However, they're not extreme enough for me to not deal with. Therefore, I can walk past it and say, yeah, I don't like that, but still, I like the whole picture overall. So I'm able to be happy with it in my house. I'm happy enough to be in a relationship, even though this person doesn't like doing this or that, and I do. You have to be able to find things like that. If you're able to find a balance between an overall liking and little tiny little mistakes, because not everything's gonna be perfect, then you'll be perfectly fine. But if you can't look for those little tiny specific details, you're gonna be unhappy, and then you're gonna be wondering yourself why you keep wasting so much time, and it's gonna be only your fault.